Have you ever heard of dividend investing? It sounds kind of complex, right? But what if I told you it's basically like starting a tiny snowball that grows all by itself? In this explainer, we're going to break down this super powerful strategy and show you how it can turn small, regular investments into a serious fortune. Just picture this for a second. You're at the top of a snowy mountain. You pack a small snowball, just a little thing. You give it a gentle push. At first, it barely moves, but then it starts to pick up a little speed, gathering more snow as it goes. Before you know it, that tiny ball has become a massive, unstoppable force. How? Well, that's exactly what we're about to find out. You see, your investments, just like that snowball, almost always start small. But with the right strategy and a little secret ingredient I'm going to tell you about, they don't just grow, they grow exponentially. So stick with me, and we'll unpack how you can turn pennies into a powerhouse portfolio. Okay, so here it is. This is the secret behind the whole snowball effect. It's the engine that drives all that growth. It's the magic of compound interest. And honestly, it's the one thing that turns patient investors into millionaires. So what is compound interest? Well, put simply, it's your money making money for you. Instead of cashing out the dividends you earn, you reinvest them. When you do that, you start earning interest not just on your original investment, but on the interest you've already earned. It's a money snowball that just gets bigger and faster over time. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The legendary Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, credits his massive fortune to three things: living in America, some good luck, and, you guessed it, compound interest. He knew that the real secret formula is just patience plus compounding. Just look at these numbers. Let's say you invest $10,000 at a 5% return. In year one, you make $500. Okay, not bad. But look what happens by year 20. In that year alone, you earn over $1,200. That's more than double what you made in the first year. See that? That's your snowball picking up serious speed and getting huge. Okay, so we get the theory. Now let's get practical. How do you actually start your own snowball? Well, the answer for many people lies in dividend funds. Think of these as the tools that help you build your fortune. The pre-made snowballs, if you will. But here's the thing. Not all snowballs are created equal. Some funds are designed for long-term growth, while others are built for steady, immediate income. Which one is right for you? Well, that really depends on your goals. Let's look at three quick examples. VIG is like the fast-growing snowball, perfect for someone with a long-time horizon. It focuses on companies that not only pay dividends, but consistently increase them. Then you've got SCHD. This is your stable, high-quality snowball for those who want reliability and predictable income. And NOB? Think of this as the indestructible snowball, made up only of companies that have raised their dividends for over 25 years straight. And believe me, the list goes on. There are funds like VYM, which focuses on companies paying higher dividends right now, or even VTI, which basically gives you a small piece of the entire U.S. stock market. There are tons of options. The important thing is to do your research and find the snowball that perfectly matches your investing style. But wait, before you get started, I have to warn you about a silent danger, something that can absolutely wreck your snowball, even if you don't notice it's happening. And that is costs. I want you to think of fees like the sun slowly melting your snowball. At first, it doesn't seem like much, right? A little drop here, a little drop there. But over time, that constant melting can drastically shrink the final size of your fortune. And the main culprit here is the expense ratio. It's a small percentage that the fund charges every single year just to operate. You never even get a bill for it. It's just there, silently eating away at your returns day in and day out. Check out this example. Two identical investments, $100,000 growing at 7% a year for 30 years. The only difference, Fund B has a slightly higher fee, just 0.8% more. Seems pretty insignificant, doesn't it? Wrong. Over 30 years, that tiny difference costs you $146,000. That's money that should have been yours, money that should have been part of your snowball, but instead it went straight into the fund manager's pocket. Which brings us to our final point. Remember that secret ingredient I mentioned at the very beginning? Well, here it is. It's patience. And honestly, it's the hardest part of all this, but it's also the most rewarding. See, the secret isn't about pushing your snowball down the hill with all your might, trying to time the market perfectly. It's simply about giving it a really, really long hill to roll down. The more time your money stays invested, the more powerful compounding becomes, and the more gigantic your snowball will get. So let's recap the four main principles. 1. Start as early as you possibly can. 2. Always reinvest your dividends to speed up the growth. 3. Keep your costs, those fees, as low as humanly possible. And 4, the most important one, be patient. Let time do the heavy lifting for you. Every great fortune started with a single small step. The snowball effect proves it. So now the only question left is this: what little snowball are you going to start rolling today? Because the future of your wealth really does depend on that answer.